On the ground, Israel is pressing forward with its attack across the Gaza Strip. Its forces have targeted displaced families in Khan Younis, killing a mother and her children. Several Palestinians have also been killed in a strike on Shati refugee camp in Gaza City. Medical sources say at least 12 Palestinians have been killed since the early hours of Wednesday. Tareq Azzoum joins us now from az-Zawayda in central Gaza. And Tareq, this is the third day of negotiations, but that possibly means very little to those on the ground today as the attacks continue.
Yeah, that's right. We can see a continuation of Israeli airstrikes. We saw Israeli warplanes in the past few hours raining down explosives on buildings in Gaza City. From where we are in az-Zawayda town in the central area, we can visibly see a thick black smoke coming from the targeted areas, and the visibility has become extremely clear due to the wide-scale destruction for high-rise buildings and for the vast majority of civilian infrastructure that are leading to Gaza City. Every now and then we can see an explosion in Gaza City as Israeli forces at the moment concentrates its attacks targeting the Sabra neighborhood, Tel El-Hawa and Shati refugee camp, but there is no concrete advancement to these areas as a part of the Israeli promise sent to mediators to suspend offensive operations. But the situation looks extremely grim, especially for those who decided to stay there. And people say that they are really struggling amid the continuation of the bombardment and fighting to access food and water as these sources have started to run out severely from Gaza City.
Tareq, when you talk about food and water, I know a few days ago when this announcement was made of the ceasefire process and the talks beginning, there was some cautious optimism that things might change, hopefully relatively quickly. Has that optimism on the ground faded somewhat now?
Well, people are still watching the Cairo talks with a cautious sense of hope, but it's a hope that tempered by a harsh and hard experience. After almost 2 years of devastation, displacement and broken promises, people want this ceasefire to bring a lasting peace. And for them, they believe that the Israeli side is still sticking to its key demands. And for many Palestinians, we can completely feel that fragile anticipation in the way that people are gathering around radios and phones to wait any kind of breakthrough or any sign of advancement in negotiations to make the ceasefire achievable. But for now, people are quite afraid from the collapse of this round of negotiations because of the previous ceasefire talks that remained deadlocked and was followed by an extensive wave of airstrikes and an expansion for ground activities, which will certainly lead to huge ripple effects that will last for years to come in terms of the destruction of what remains of the Gaza Strip and potential expansions of ground operations to include areas where the military did not operate inside before.
Tareq, thank you very much. That's Tareq Azzoum joining us from az-Zawayda in Gaza. Well,
don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.